Welcome back, Woodstock guitar guy. Glad to be here. Glad you're here. I hope you're going back and looking at some of my earlier episodes. This is number 22. So if you're just finding me for the first time, you got 21 more episodes to have a look at. And they're all out there. So basically what I do is talk about guitars in hopefully layman's terms. You can get very technical in this world very quickly, and I try to keep it simple so that people can understand what's happening and not be afraid to actually, roll up your sleeves and do some work on some of these guitars, because it's cool. It's a lot of fun. You learn a lot, and you end up many times you end up with a better instrument. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you screw up, and it's like, oh well, we tried. We gave it our best. This is episode 22, and I'm talking about Slick again. Second, this is my other Slick guitar. And it's called an SL52, which is you can see it's a single cut, and there's no, it's flat top. It's kind of like a special. What's different about this is, first of all, the body is swamp ash. It's weighty. Okay, it's not. This is not a light mahogany body. This is swamp ash, and sometimes swamp ash can be like really heavy. This is a pretty heavy guitar. I would put this somewhere around 9 pounds, maybe a little more. But what I like about the Slick guitars is that they are extremely well made for very little money. They're a deal and a steal out there. And if you can find one in the clearance section or on Marketplace, like this one came from Marketplace, you can't really go wrong if you can just tweak them, fine tune them, do some cool stuff to them, which is what I did with this. And with the offset from last week, First of all, as you can see, I've got the same finish on this Slick guitar as I did on the offset, the SL56 from last week. I don't like particularly the the distressed or relict finishes on guitars. I like them clean, straight up. But this guitar, I picked it up on Marketplace because I knew it had really good bones. There's a lot of good stuff going on with this guitar, and just changing the finish was one of the fun parts for me. This would be characterized, I guess you would call it, the rat rod of electric guitars. And I'm wearing my Road Trash Memorial t-shirt in honor of the rat rod Slick guitar. You'll notice that it only has one knob and a switch, and that one knob is just volume, and it goes from 0 to 11, and the switch is just a three-way. There's no splits or anything like that. And you'll notice that the pickups are not the originals. You might notice. I'll tell you, they are not the originals. The Slick pickups that came with this, I swapped them out for a pair of Allen Entwistle vintage 58s, HV 58s. Just because I wanted to hear what they sounded like straight up without a tone control. And that's what we heard clean coming in, and we're going to hear it overdriven going out. So look, that's what these guitars are all about. And now those slick pickups are great pickups. Don't get me wrong. They're wonderful. They're humbuckers. They've got a really great sound. And I'm going to use them on something else. I have a pair of slick humbuckers in a Stratocaster that I especially like. And they're just a lot of fun. They're a little crunchier than what I like to hear most of the time, but they're fun, and you can definitely get some great tone out of them. But back to this, I swapped them out because I really like Entwistle's pickups, and I just wanted to hear what they would sound like in this. And so we've done it. Now, I looked this up on my phone, and I'm going to read it to you. This is directly from Guitar Fetish, a listing for this particular guitar, which is the SL52 and dual humbuckers. It says best wood, best hardware, best tuners, best pickups. Do not underestimate this guitar just because it's so ridiculously affordable. Look, this is the real deal, designed by Earl Slick in his New York studio. Each body is solid swamp ash. Necks are solid Canadian hard rock maple. Fingerboards are Indian rosewood. This is a serious recipe for tone. Hardware, yes, it all starts with our wraparound bridge, machined from a solid billet of brass. No finish, raw, naked, nude. Nude. The knob is a machined brass billet piece as well, just one volume, but an elongated control cavity so you can add a tone control if you want. Now, I thought about doing that, and someday, I might, but this is the only guitar I own that has one knob. And so I wanted to kind of keep it that way, Tuners are our own design, solid brass knobs. Look, there's graphite nut, hand slotted, tilt back headstock, no string trees. So there you go. Standard, Gibson standard 24 3/4 scale length, 43 millimeter wide nut, and a 12-inch fretboard radius, and medium jumbo frets. Now, I don't know, these feel like jumbos to me. They're pretty heavy duty frets. I'm a fan of medium jumbos, and these feel like jumbos, but we will see. We'll see what happens. But bottom line is, this is a rock and roll guitar all the way. And I even put the tumbling dice on it, just in honor of Earl Slick. We had Route 66 on the other Slick guitar. We got the tumbling dice on this one. And I did the same thing as I did to the other Slick guitar. I put 3 thin coats of Minwax Tin Maker's Gray. And then I think I only put a couple of coats of Wipe On Poly onto this. And it's still, it's still just a little teeny tiny bit, got a little grab to it. Another 6 months, this will just be hard as a rock, and we can, it'll be just like the other guitar. But the neck feels great. It's got a, I don't know, somewhere between a C and D, but it's a great feeling neck. I could play this all day. The tuners are wonderful. They've got, they hold tune. He's got Get the strap off here. He's got his profile on the back. It's a bolt-on neck. And there's that cavity. There's that long cavity. So if I wanted to put a tone control in here, I could. And I thought about it, but I'm not going to do it yet. And look, this was $140 on Marketplace. Pickups cost me about, I don't know, for the pair, maybe $100. And it's a worthy, I mean, this is road worthy, this guitar. You could take this out on the road. Road trash could take this on the road and rock out with it easy. This would be a no-brainer for the Chuck Berry. We'll play some of those going out too. So that's it. Basically, you know, it's a really fun guitar. I really like what Slick has done. He's taken the, you know, I don't know, the mystery or whatever out of this guitar business and gotten it down to a basic level of these are tools. And we can treat them as tools. I mean, tools are made to be worked with and not just hung on the wall and looked at or put behind a glass case. I mean, this is a working man's guitar, no fuss, just volume. And you'll see when we crank this up on the way out, you'll see that humbucker pickups sound a little bit brighter when there's no tone control in the in the mix, you know. So something to think about. Something to think about. With that, I'm going to say thanks for tuning in. Welcome all new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, now's your chance. Get in early. There's a join, there's a like, there's a subscribe, there's a comment section. You can send me a comment. I try to answer them promptly, but I do not always get notice that there's been a comment. So if I'm a little late getting back to you on a comment, don't worry about it. I do read them all eventually once I see them. And we're going to keep going. I've got more guitars to talk about. They just keep showing up, which is good. It's a good thing. Some of them are going to be going out the door here pretty soon. I'll let you know more about that in the coming weeks. Check in on my Spotify page, which I've put down below the comments, or above the comments, or somewhere down there. It's a link to Spotify and to a great body of work that I've amassed over the years. You can check me out, listen to it. Some of it rocks out, some of it's more quieter, acoustic. I do both, acoustic and electric. And I have a great new project in just coming to birth here, which is my 13th full-length album's worth of music, and the first one of all covers. I've never done covers on any of my records. I've always just done songs I've written. So I went and picked covers by people I either know, people I've known, people I've met, had, you know, a reasonably impressive conversation with, or people I'd like to get to know better, but mostly the songs that have had an impact on me personally. And there's a lot of interesting artists. Some from Woodstock, you know, some from my past, some from my future. So it's kind of it's everything all rolled into one, and we're just getting it launched. It's called Lucky 13, and we got the lucky tumbling dice right here. So this guitar was not featured on the record, but It could have been. I can't remember now which guitars I played, but I did a lot of electric guitar work in addition to a lot of acoustic guitar work as well. So more about that as we go forward. Thanks again, and hey, go out and get your guitar and sit down and play for about a half an hour. You'll feel much better. Okay. See you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.